What's up, guys? So, my name is Kelsey. I'm going under the name of SEC Belle. This is something that I've thought about doing the past couple of years. I really love the SEC, especially SEC football, and since it is coming up rather quickly, I figured this might as well be as good a time to start, especially since this season is going to be a 10-week season of nothing but SEC versus SEC football. We don't have to worry about cupcakes, strictly SEC football. So, gonna kind of just jump in and get started. This is really just gonna be something that I do hopefully once a week just to run down on the matchups for the week, what I think is gonna happen. I don't have a team of writers behind me, it's just me starting out, so nothing too in depth, just me as a fan talking about what I think is going to happen coming up this next year for the SEC. So we are going to get started and see what we got going here. So for the first week, it is going to be pretty insane. So the first game that I've got here is going to be Alabama at Missouri. That's going to be an interesting game because this is your first time to see Missouri's new head coach, Eli Drinkwitz. You're really going to kind of see, what's been going on. You're going to get to see how these teams are going to react. This is the first week coming out of things, so you're really just going to kind of see what they've been working on, how they've been working on due to COVID. They haven't really had as much practice, so we're going to kind of see what's going to be going on. We're going to get the kinks worked out and see what this new coach has it to offer us here at Missouri. So we're just going to kind of see what happens. Pretty sure Alabama's probably going to run away with that one just because it is Alabama. But you never know because Missouri is one of those teams that, you can kind of go either way. So that one's going to be interesting there. Florida at Ole Miss. That one to me is going to be one of two ways. It's either going to be a knockdown drag out or one team or the other is going to run away with it. Again, you've got a new head coach in Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. That is going to be interesting to see how he handles the Rebels up there in Oxford. But then you've got Dan Mullen coming back in. He knows how Ole Miss works because of his years at Mississippi State. He kind of knows how that system kind of runs a little bit. And he's got a quarterback that's coming back in Trask, and he knows that system, and he knows how Dan Mullen works. So we're really going to see how well the Gators handle Rebels up in Oxford. And then coming up next, of course, is Georgia at Arkansas. And again, new coach situation. Sam Pittman is coming in to be the new head coach at Arkansas. So we'll see how he handles those Razorbacks and kind of sees how we'll be able to see how he puts that system in. And then, of course, you've got Georgia coming in with all of their experience and just heavy hitters and lots of returners, new people as well. So we'll just see how that goes. I think that's going to be a Georgia win. But again, it's a new year, new type of football. We don't know what's going to happen, so it's anybody's game. Kentucky at Auburn, to me, is going to be a really, really interesting game because you've got Gus Malzahn at Auburn, and he's been in that system for a while. He's got his own system. He knows how things work. He's got a quarterback that's coming back in who knows how he works, and he's just good. I mean, that kid is just so good. And then, of course, you've got Kentucky. You've got Mark Stoops, who, again, has been there for a few years. But, again, Kentucky is one of those teams in the past few years, you don't know which way it's going to go. You don't know if they're going to get beat or if you don't know if they're going to come in and win the whole thing. So we'll see how that goes as well. The one that I personally am most interested in, because I am from Mississippi State at LSU. Again, new coach situation. Mike Leach is a new head coach at Mississippi State. I've heard lots of really good things about him. I've heard that he is a fantastic coach. He's had a lot of great success at other teams. So we'll see how that air raid offense is going to work here at Mississippi State and see how he comes up against the defending national champions. I don't think it's going to go well for my Bulldogs, but again, it's a new season, it's a new year, anything can happen. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll be able to at least hold our own a little bit. Next one coming up is Tennessee at South Carolina. Again, you've got two head coaches that have been at their respective programs for a few years. Of course, you've got Will Muschamp at South Carolina and then Jeremy Pruitt at Tennessee. So we'll see how that goes. That game to me is going to be one that just, again, you're just going to have to watch and see. You really can't pick one way or the other unless you really follow those teams. And again, you have a team of writers behind you who go, all these people are going to be here. And of course, like I said, I don't really have that. So it's going to be interesting to see. The last one for that week one is going to be Vandy at A&M. Kyle Field is a tough place to play, but we'll see what Derek Mason and the Commodores have up their sleeve. And of course, you've got Jimbo Fisher, who's in his second season at Texas A&M. So we'll just really see how that all goes. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun first week of football. My personal predictions for all of those teams, I think really Bama is going to run away with that Bama-Mizzou game. It'll probably be, again, like you're saying, it's first week of football. It's first week any of these guys have been playing real contact since last fall. So probably be a little messy at the beginning, but I think Bama's going to come away with that one. In the Florida-Ole Miss matchup, I'm going to go with the Gators. Again, just because Dan Mullen has the most experience. John Rice Plumlee at Ole Miss, you probably will again run over, and kind of once that defense kind of gets settles in, probably be a little bit harder for John Rice Plumlee to do as much damage as he has done before. But we'll just see how that all is going to work. The Georgia-Arkansas game, I'm going to go with Georgia. Again, you've got a new head coach in Sam Pittman at Arkansas, so I just really think the Bulldogs of Georgia are going to come away with the win on that one. The Kentucky-Auburn one is a tough one for me. I feel like that one, again, can go either way. I think I'm going to go with Auburn on this one just because Auburn, to me, has shown me more consistency when it comes to football with that. The Mississippi State-LSU matchup, I want so much for my Bulldogs to win. I just don't know if it'll happen. I'm going to go with LSU. I'm not going to say that they're going to completely run away with it, but I think LSU is going to win that game. But we'll see. Again, it could be anybody's game. The Tennessee-South Carolina game, that one again is just one that you really just don't know. Sometimes you don't know which team is going to show up for either team. You don't know if you're going to get the Tennessee team that's going to come away with a win or the Tennessee team that's going to come away with a loss. Same thing with South Carolina. I think for this one, I think I'm going to go with South Carolina. I think Will Muschamp and the Gamecocks are going to come away with a win for that one. The Vandy A&M game, again, with Vanderbilt, you just don't know who you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get a win or you're going to get a loss. To me, A&M is a little more on the consistent side. I'm going to say that one's going to be a close game, but I'm going to come away with Vandy for that one. But that's all I've got for week one. Y'all let me know what your predictions are. If y'all want to throw around some score predictions too, you can definitely be my guest for that. But hopefully we'll see you guys back for week two.